mountain. So wave goodbye to all the beautiful people on that dock. I always say that because they'll never see them again. In about 3 weeks, sorry. Alright, my friends, welcome to the world famous Jungle Cruise. My name is Skipper Raymond, and I'm your skipper for as long as you make it to the jungle here today. Now for your safety, folks, please remain seated. And make sure your hands, arms, feet, and legs are inside the boat at all times. Supervise those children, and please supervise those that don't need. Now, don't be alarmed, everybody. That's just the coolest part of the Jungle Cruise. Yeah, the rainforest, the mist forest. I think you might have missed it right there. Sorry. But my friends, over here, we do have the first sign of wildlife over here to your right-hand side. Now, these creatures, they travel around these parks for around 365 days out of the year. But they have the little ones too. Be careful of them. They cling to the parents for about 18 to 35 of those years. But if you don't believe me on that, you can probably ask my mother on that one. But let's move on, my friends, to the first jungle animal of the cruise. It looks about over here to your left-hand side. It is none other than the Himalayan tiger. Doesn't like to be spotted, folks, okay? But you'll catch Himalayan over there at the crocodiles. And you'll catch Himalayan over here at the cobras, too, okay? Those cobras, let me tell you something about them. They go into a hissy fit, so I wouldn't recommend them getting them angry. Now, don't look in the water because that's my dear friend Ginger. She likes to snap, okay, wants some cookies for you. I'm so sorry, my friends, for that crummy joke I just made, but we're going to move on board, my friends, to the elephants in the elephant bathing pool. Now, I will say this right now. They all have one thing in common. They all have the trunks on, so you can take as many pictures as you like, okay? And they have a lot of wrinkles on them. They might have to see if back in their dermatologist very soon. And also, the whole herd is out today, very unheard of on this very occasion. Over here, we got Big Bertha. She's been in that shower for way too long. That's what happens, folks, when you take a long shower. You can stand up there, you have to do an elephant one of these. Almost happened to me a couple of weeks ago. Funny thing is, I don't shower. And my friends, over here, we do have my buddy Squid right over here. He's an elephant of surprise. Now, the reason that we call him that is because he has something packing in his trunk. But don't worry, my friends, the only thing that he's packing in is dry sense of humor, I believe. Yeah. But if you think that's water packed in that trunk, I'm sorry to disappoint you with snot, okay? Now, over here, we got a big explosion right there, so I'm going to take a closer look, and we're going to see something very peculiar. It's going to be a bunch of monkeys and their monkey business. Now, one monkey in particular is calling the shots around here, my friend. Yeah, you'll find it very unappealing, so what they did right here is like unique. It's the most unappealing thing of all. So I asked them very kindly to get my instrument turned over. Obviously, it took a little bit before I said. And I just realized they ended up monkeying around, so I'll never ask them ever again. But my friends, over here, we are going to look at all the plant life all around us. It does grow in high and low places, folks, okay? Over here to your right are the hibiscus trees. And then on your left, I believe these are called the lobiscus trees. But my friends, up ahead, we do have another soaking experience. This happens to be Schweitzer Falls. Now, with that being said, I want you all to hang on to your hats if you have any. Because this waterfall is so unforgiving that we'll actually end up going over it very much later. Just because for right now we are going to be on the Nile River, okay? Now this river just happens to be the longest river in the entire world. I hate to do this to you all, but it does go on for miles and miles and miles. Do you get the idea, right, Miss Tim? But if you don't believe me, then you're in denial. Thank you. I don't want to be left hanging right there, but over here we got an African bull elephant right there. Funny little guy, isn't he? Did you know that they have tremendous short-term memory? Boy, I wish I had a memory. And then over here is my friend Logan. He's another African bull elephant that lurks about. Did you know that they have tremendous short-term memory? Boy, I wish I had a memory like that. But my friends, over here we are going to look at the African belt, okay? This is where they handle man up there, foot before, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we are going to be off to a rocky start. I hate to admit this, but if you look away from them, take them for granted, I think we'll be okay for the time being. We do have the zebras, the wildebeest, and those giraffes all the way back there. And what's so adorable about this scene is that zebra right there is just lying around on board. Hey, rested in peace. Yeah, probably hibernating, but who knows. Over here we got bigger bone, the skipper Felix. Now, he's seeing what we call a buttload of trouble with that rhino. Now, the rhinos like to get their point across the very end. I never got the point exactly myself either, but it could have been worse to everybody. It could have been like that zebra back there. If you have any questions about what happened to that zebra, well, I'll tell you, it's dead. Sorry, I'm sorry, dead tiger, sorry kids. Now my friends, over here, we are going to look at the hippos in the hippo pool. Now, these creatures, they show signs of affection, signs of aggression. I can never get that straight, but that's just kind of I think we'll be fine. I'm going to go ahead and scale them up really quickly, my friends. So everybody, cover your ears, please. last crew, and it was all because of a misfire. It happens a lot around here, but it says a lot that our job is so easy that even a monkey can do it. I bet those noses right behind me are monkeys, aren't they? Yeah. Alright, friends, I think there's a boatload of monkeys over here that will try me more bananas than me, so let's go ahead and make like a banana and pretty much split. Now, this might be very now, that's what kind of classified is very special, okay? It's the only one that we have left in stock. And I believe it's marked down at half price, so thank you very much. But over here, my friends, you do have the chimpanzees over here to your left-hand side. The only creatures around here that give each other butterflies. I'm no entomologist, folks, I swear, but I'm pretty sure the butterflies are not what they used to be anymore. Caterpillars. And now, my friends, the moment you've all been waiting for has just arrived. That is the colossal, the stupendous, the miraculous, and the eighth wonder of the world, the backside of water! Oh, too late! Oh, too late! Oh, too late! Oh, too late! That was everybody's due to give me a reaction like that. Especially you, my friends, on the GoPro, yeah. I was expecting a lot from you, okay? Just because, you know, I'm being captured on video. But don't worry, I do like the spotlight, guys. Did you catch my good side? Yeah, thank you. But besides all that, I just wanted to build some chemistry with you folks, okay? Now, we can teach you that right now, me and that python, just because if you ever get wrapped up in their mess and entangled in all their business, it's a constricting relationship that requires some chemistry. And also, if they develop a huge crush on you for being so friendly with you, it requires a little bit of chemistry as well. And also, if you ever tell your friends that you're in quite a bit of a bind with a significant other, just to let you know, that takes a tremendous amount of chemistry right there. Did you get it? Yeah. I was just trying to make a periodical joke, but if you didn't understand any of that, then I'm pretty sure you're just out of your element at this point. But my friends, I will say over here, the final stop of the Grand Tour is Trader Sam's Gift Shop. Now, I will say this, my friends, recently I have stopped here before they went under new management. Right now their prices are bananas, so I just want to recommend you guys shopping over here just because they were running some shady business. And that's something that that's the first time I'm hearing of that. Yeah, that's a monkey right there making elephant noises. That's the first. There's a first for everything here in the Jungle Cruise. And I will say, my friends, we've definitely been on that Jungle Cruise for way too long because we're starting to hear monkeys making elephant noises. Yeah, that's not right. Well, my friends, thank you all so much for joining me on the world famous Jungle Cruise, and congratulations on surviving. Go ahead and give yourself a round of applause, because out of all the boats I've taken out today, you're one of them. My friends, make sure your hands, arms, feet, and legs are inside the boat at all times, and make sure your elbows are tucked in all the way inside as well, because I don't want you to experience any peer pressure, okay? Yeah, so I have to say it's for your safety and your safety only. But my friends, from the bottom of my khaki colored heart, I want you folks on the count of 3, give me a standing ovation.